You're listening to Radio Cosmos.
All night long.
Bravo!
My compliments, little lady.
Commercial!
Break for 30 seconds. Into transmission.
You are now listening to Bad Radio.
Hello and welcome to Bad Radio. BAD stands for Business at a Distance. This is a show about local businesses and business networking. We are here in the News Radio WFLA Orlando studios from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. every Sunday. And I am your host, Angela Smarito, and I'm going to give a shout out to my daughter, Anna, who has been doing an amazing job with our Bad Radio YouTube videos. If you visit Bad Radio, our YouTube channel, I know, give her a clap. She's amazing. If you go to our YouTube channel, which is Bad Radio, you can see all the previous shows, and every single one of them is just a super top quality. So thank you so much for that. All right, so we have one of my favorite business owners and show sponsor in studio. Please welcome Steffen Brandt with Bodystreet in Winter Park. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, so this is your second time in. So I'm curious to ask you, how did you like the first time in?
You made it so easy. It was so much fun. The hour went by so quickly. So I was really looking forward to do this the second time.
Yeah, well, because the second time you kind of get a good feeling, and you're like, I know how this is gonna roll. So a little bit.
I'm not as nervous anymore. I don't know if that's a good thing, but let's see how it goes.
Oh, it's gonna go great. So thank you so much for being a part of the show, the sponsor of the show, because if it wasn't for the sponsors, the show wouldn't be happening. And I know I don't get to see you all the time at Bodystreet, but I am there every week, religiously. And to be honest with you, Steffen, I look forward to it every single week. And that is something that's so amazing about Bodystreet, is because when you're doing a workout routine, when you're getting ready to leave, and you have that kind of like, I don't feel like going. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I never get that feeling with Bodystreet.
That's good.
So let's just start off by giving the audience another explanation of what Bodystreet is. So let's talk about it.
Cool. So Bodystreet is a franchise from Germany. It's already on the market in Germany for 18 years. And we do workouts with the buzz of electrical muscle stimulation. It's new to the United States. So our studio here in Winter Park was the first one in the United States. And electrical muscle stimulation is like a biohack. You get a suit on, and we give electrical impulses to your muscles. That's what the brain does if we move around, right? That's normal for us. So we take a shortcut and we apply electrical impulses from outside. And a personal trainer guides you through a session. It's 20 minutes, as you said, once a week. And that's a full body workout. So imagine you would work out with a personal trainer at the regular gym, and you want to get the results that we give you in 20 minutes. You would spend at least 3 hours at the regular gym.
Right.
And nobody can do 3 hours all at once. That's why people who have a good fitness routine go 3, 4, 5 times a week to the gym.
Yeah.
Most people can't do that.
My husband goes to the gym 5 days a week, but he gets up at 4:30 in the morning because he works a regular job. I'm not going to do that. I can tell you that right now. I'm not getting up at 4:30 to go work out. I like to sleep. And so Bodystreet has been ideal for me. Now, I am going to say that I still do some other workouts. I do some cardio and some other things. And but what I've noticed for my own personal experience is that I have lost 30 pounds, but that's, you know what I mean? Like that, and Bodystreet as part of that routine has been just amazing, because I'm losing weight by dieting and exercise and things like that. But the Bodystreet is what's really helping me not lose my muscles.
And that's a super important point, because a lot of people are just about losing weight. What happens if you lose weight, I mean, especially right now with these Ozempic semaglutides, I think that's how they're called.
Yeah.
They work, but if you lose a certain amount of fat, you also will lose muscle, because your body has 30 pounds of fat to carry less around. So that's why you would lose muscle. And if you lose muscle, your metabolism goes down, so you burn less calories.
Right.
So everybody who's on this drug right now, on Ozempic, and has these fantastic results, as soon as they get off that drug, it's getting even worse, because their bodies will burn less calories.
We had a coach on, and he called it skinny fat. That's what it is. It's like when you lose a tremendous amount of weight, and you've basically like I said, you've basically reprogrammed your brain not to do what it needs to do, then you're skinny fat. So,
And if we talk about muscle, sorry if I, if we talk about muscle, I learned in this country, because I'm from Germany, and I learned in this country, most people connect just looking good and looking sexy. And that's right. That's a nice side effect that you look better and you feel better. But muscle is so important for so many things, for mental health, for stability, for your immune system. There's tons of research about cancer, like positive effects on cancer prevention, all of that. So we all need our resistance training. We all need a certain amount of muscle mass. But number one objection for people is they don't have time. They cannot spend 3, 4, 5 hours a week at the gym. That's why most people unfortunately give up and say, okay, this is how I am now. And we give a solution for that.
Right. And it's not even that they can't spend the time. They don't know what to do. And then having to hire a personal trainer is ridiculously expensive.
Right.
And they can go to the gym. They're putting in the gym time, but they're not doing it in a way that's going to be beneficial to their growth or their health and wellness. And so the fact that you have trainers that are on site that go through that with you is even more beneficial. So you said 18 years ago. That's pretty amazing. So what I've been able to find is when I'm describing it to somebody, the first thing I'll ask is, have you ever done a TENS unit? And most people know what that is. So that's what I can correlate it to. I do find that when I'm done, I'm one of those lucky people that gets that like endorphin rush. So does a lot of people say that afterwards they get that, you just get that endorphin rush, you feel good, I'm energetic.
Our bodies are built to move. Our bodies are built to carry stuff around. So if you had a really good workout, like at Bodystreet, for example, your body gives you this direct response. You get an endorphin rush. You get this post-workout high, and people love that.
I do.
Not everybody loves the feeling before, because they're like, oh, this is going to be a tough workout, 20 minutes, but everybody's looking forward how they feel afterwards.
I honestly say it's one of my favorites. And it's one of those things, too, that it's like it hurts so bad. But right about the time that you're like, okay, I can't do this anymore, it's done. And you're done. And you're giving your trainer a high five, and you're like, oh, I made it.
you just said an important point. You said it hurts. So it shouldn't hurt. So we personalize the training. We personalize the intensity. And maybe you remember the first session, we kind of like build your profile on that machine. So we try to get you to a level which is challenging but doable. So
sometimes I'm like, man, I don't know if I can do this last stretch.
But it's just 20 minutes, and we can do everything for 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's the way I feel. I'm like, I can do this for 20 minutes, but I do feel great afterwards. So
and also for a lot of people that are not happy with their fitness routine right now, it gives you constantly this bad feeling, like, oh, and I know I should do something, I know should do more. And so the effect that you tick the box with this one workout helped me getting through my life. So I don't know if you know that, I was a member at Bodystreet for 5 years in Germany. Because I had the same thing. I got promoted and I started traveling for work. And with my travels, I just didn't have time to go to the gym anymore. And I felt changes within weeks. Like I got out of shape, and I was like, okay, either buy new clothes and accept this, that I'm out of shape, or I look at my diet, which I don't like. I love food and I love drinking. So and then I saw all these Bodystreet studios popping up in Munich, in the city where I come from. There's 50 Bodystreet studios right now in Munich, which is pretty cool. And I saw the slogan, the 20 minutes a week is all it takes. And I'm like, I can do 20 minutes. So I signed up, and they kept me in shape for 5 years.
That's amazing.
With one workout. And every Saturday morning, our session was always Saturday morning, 10:30. I will never forget that. And after that, I ticked the box. I felt great. And I was like done with my workout. So, and if I could do something else like you do during the week, going for a run, I didn't have to think about, oh, I should lift weights again because I need my resistance training. The time that I had over, I could use for cardio. I could use for stuff that I like.
Well, it gives you some mental peace. And that's so important is because that mental peace, well, whenever you don't feel that, it weighs down on you. And so, it has negative feelings because you're not feeling like you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. But sometimes on the weekends, man, you're just tired. You're like, I don't want to work out. But all right, well, we're getting ready to go to break. And when we get back, we're going to talk more Bodystreet. So stay tuned. Welcome back. And this portion of the show is brought to you by Premier Couples Superstore. It is still blazing hot out there, but that's okay because you can still head to Premier Couple Superstore because they have got a huge selection of lingerie, shoes, toys, games, love oils, and a ton of great gifts. With Premier Couple Superstore, you don't pay those high prices because you're going to go directly to the source. 5009 South OBT or shop online at premiercouples.net because a couple that plays together stays together.
Oh, yeah.
We're here with Steffen Brandt, and he is the owner of Bodystreet in Winter Park. And so we talked a little bit about how it is a franchise that has come from Germany, and it's got 18 years of science behind it and proof. So I want to talk about a couple of things. So, like, I want to talk about the journey of bringing it over here, but right now I want to talk about the machines themselves and how they work and how you set them up and they customize, because people love to say, you know, we have like, you know, not one size fits all. And then I find out that it's basically one size. It's like, okay, this is our program. You're going to go through the same step as everybody else. And with Bodystreet, you literally have a card for every single person.
Yes.
So let's talk about that process a little bit.
So the first session, and we still do free trials. We want people to try it.
Okay, everybody, free trial. So you don't have to pay. You can go and check it out, go through a session for free.
Yes, because we want people to experience, because talking is just theory, right? But I always say everybody who we get in the suit is sold, because everybody like, okay, now I get it, now I understand. And what we do, we explain in depth what we are doing. We do a studio tour, we show all our equipment, and we have different sizes. So until now, we never had to send anybody away, which is really cool. So all the vests, we have different sizes for the vests that we use, different sizes for the straps, for the arms, for the belt. And then we get you ready for the workout. And the first 2 to 3 minutes is to get people familiar with the workout. So we put in I would say a light baseline bars that you feel your muscles start
So they
working.
get an idea of what's happening.
Yes, yes. And then we will start, so the trainer is in charge. We dial up body part by body part. And that's the individual part. So, and then we need the feedback from the client. And again, we try to get on a level from 1 to 10, we want to get to a 7, like a challenging but doable. Again, it should be challenging, but you shouldn't be in pain. And the pain thing, it feels like a cramp. So we don't want that. We want to stay below that, but it should be challenging to hold the pose.
Right.
And then we save that profile on the card. And so we have a different intensity for every major muscle group. And then we save that profile on the card. So if you come in the week after, we put that card on our machine and we start exactly where we ended up.
Right.
We see your main level where you ended up the week before. We always try to push you a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Not every week, because every week is different. And we all know that there's great days at the gym where you feel awesome, and there's days at the gym where you feel like, this is not my day.
I got sick, and then I took a week off, and when I came back, I didn't go right back to my, you know what I mean? Yeah. This week I was able to, but last week, you know, I was not 100%. Yeah. So, but that was really nice.
Yeah, and we see that. So our trainers are trained to see facial expressions and also to see when is the right level for every body part. So our trainers are trained to really challenge you, because that's what you do at the gym, right? You put on more weights, you do more repetitions. So we track the progress with that.
Yeah, and when you say, like, so if I were to come in there and my husband came in, he's going to have a completely different set on the dials, because you have a dial for your glutes, you have a dial for your biceps, and what I want as a personal fitness goal is not going to be what somebody else wants. And then as far as like the ease on the joints and stuff, that's something that I've found extremely beneficial. Is a lot of like cardio or running or things like that hurt. I'm getting older. You know, things hurt more. Yeah. But it doesn't hurt me at all. Like I don't find my knees or my ankles or anything like that. My wrists, I have little itty bitty wrists, and go and do weight training at the gym caused me issues. So do you see that often as well? I mean, is that one of the strong selling points, is that it doesn't hurt the major joints?
It's zero impact on the joints.
Zero.
I mean, you know, we go through certain movements, but there's no weights or no resistant bands involved. So it's zero impact on the joints, and there's almost zero risk for any injuries.
That's amazing.
And that's why coaches in Europe, again in Europe, this technology is really broad, and almost all professional teams like incorporate this into their workout routine, and and coaches love that, because most injuries don't happen through games. Most injuries happen through the workouts before the games, for the training.
Wow.
And so again, this is zero risk of any injuries, no impact on the joints, and especially for elderly people. You mentioned you're getting older. We're all getting older.
Right.
But fast forward 20 years ahead, our joints wouldn't, in our age,
right.
If you get to 60, 70, the joints just don't support the weights anymore. That's why even if elderly people want to lift heavy weight, they can't, because the joints don't support that anymore.
That makes so much sense.
So that's why Bodystreet is perfect for them, because they still work on the muscle without an impact on the joints.
So we're talking, it can be something for everybody.
Yes.
The busy business person, the mom who has 2 kids at home and doesn't have a time to spend hours at the gym every single week. It's like she can get grandma to watch the kids for an hour, drive there, do her workout, and get home.
Or bring your kids. We have bring your kids. We have a little lounge in the back, that we have 4 seats in the back, and it's just 20 minutes. So we have some parents who come together with their kids, and the kids sit in the back. They get some water. They play on the iPads, and parents got the workout done.
That's amazing. And then you have some like the more retired folks that come as couples. I met a lady who had a date with her husband, and it was Bodystreet together, and then it's Roxanne. She runs the chamber over and for Winter Springs Oviedo. It was Bodystreet, then it was a massage, and then it was like a facial, but it was actually part of a date day, which I thought was so sweet.
We have that. We have some couples who travel a little bit further, because we just have 3 locations in Florida. We are growing, but give us a little bit of time. But some people drive an hour. We have couples that come from Daytona just to get this workout done.
It's also in a really nice part of Winter Park.
But they say, hey, we make this. We want to go to a Whole Foods anyway. We want to go to Trader Joe's anyway. We want to have a date night once a week anyway. And Winter Park is always a nice location. And again, it's just once a week. It's not, you don't have to come.
Yeah, so they can make that part of their routine. But like it's not far off Park Avenue. And it's walking distance from some beautiful coffee places. And so you got yourself a really good location there.
Thank you.
That Goodwill right down the little street there, that is my favorite. Like I go there religiously after every workout, and I always find some really great stuff there, because it's like a boutique. And so love that.
You just mentioned elderly, so we are super proud. Our oldest couple right now is Claudine and Richard, and he turned 87. She turned 84. They will celebrate their 65th wedding anniversary in November.
So amazing.
And we work with them now for 3 months, and she comes in with a walking stick, because she's very unstable, and she told me her next step would be a walker. And now they found us, and my goal is to get her off that walking stick in the next 3 months. And she's already, if she's coming to the studio now, she's already holding the walking stick in her hand. She's, look at me. So because we improve her balance, we improve her stability. So
I want to talk to her. I want to film her. I want to do a testimonial with her, because that would be so sweet and so great. But again, it's not just for the elderly. Like I said,
we have everything.
Yeah.
We have our youngest is 18. We have everything in between. We have people that are really in shape. We have one, Daryl. He's preparing for a male physique competition, and he builds this into his workout routine, because then he does his whole body workout with us once a week, and then he can focus with lifting weights on the other side of the week on specific parts that he wants to work on. So if you put all our members in one room, you wouldn't see any similarity. We have some people that are really obese, and they told me I would never go to the gym, because everybody's staring at me and like, what is she doing here? But she feels comfortable to come to us, because it's a very, I would say, intimate environment. You don't have 50 people around you. And
music means we're going to break. That goes by fast. All right, you guys, stay tuned for more Bad Radio coming up. Welcome back to Bad Radio, and this portion of the show is brought to you by Bodystreet of Winter Park. Experience the future of fitness at Bodystreet in Winter Park. Lose weight, build muscle, tone your body in only 20 minutes a week. Visit bodystreet.us, where fitness meets efficiency. We are just talking with Steffen, and he is with owner of Bodystreet, so that works out really good. I do like that tagline where fitness meets efficiency because that's really what we're talking about. I say that every week, so that's part of being a sponsor is that we say that. But that's really is what we're talking about. Is in today's world, people are go 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 go, and I mean, we all want to say we want to slow down, but I don't know if our society is in a place where it allows us to slow down. And so you have to keep on going. And so during break, I was like, I loved talking about the science, but now let's talk about a little bit about the journey of how you got Bodystreet over here, because like you said, it's the very first one.
Yes.
So how did that all happen?
So as I mentioned before, I was a member at Bodystreet for 5 years. So my husband and I, we loved it. We went there every Saturday at 10:30 and got our workout done, and they kept us in shape for 5 years with just one 20-minute workout a week. So
Did he work corporate as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I worked for Apple. He worked for Allianz. So we had our big corporate careers. So I was traveling almost the whole week. So we had the challenge that most people have. We didn't have time to go to the gym. And at the same time, we bought a vacation home here in Central Florida. So we fell in love with Central Florida. And as soon as we explored the world beyond Disney, we said we need to find a way to move here permanently because we just love living here and spending time here. And at the same time, we met the founders and owners of Bodystreet, Matthias and Emma-Lena, back in Germany. They're from Munich as well. And we had a barbecue with them, and then they shared that they want to go to the US with that. And
That
I
was
was
their
like,
vision is to
and I
come
was
over
like,
here.
wait, what? It's not from the US? Because I thought Bodystreet is so American.
Oh,
like quick
really?
results in and out there. I thought. And he said, no, it's not there because the machines that we use were not cleared by the FDA back then. So that's why it didn't exist here. And then I looked at my husband, Rainer, and I said, okay, whenever you are ready, we are ready. We will open your first location.
I love that.
In Central Florida. And that's what happened. So the machines got cleared, I think, 2019. Then we both quit our corporate jobs, moved over, and we're looking for locations, found our location in Winter Park, did the build out, got ready to open in March 2020.
Oh,
so
and
what
we all
can,
know what
what
happened
can possibly go
then.
wrong, right? So
A pandemic.
and so not a good time to open a gym. And we also had to go back to Germany for 8 months because the consulates also shut down. So they didn't work on our visa.
Right.
And there was the travel ban, COVID travel ban. So we were just sitting there and waiting. And then finally, November 2020, we were able to open. And then we saw the potential. We saw even through COVID, because that was the time where people were still wearing masks, still very concerned going to the gym. And so we saw the potential that everybody who tried it says, oh God, I missed this feeling so much. I missed these post-workout endorphins because I didn't go to the gym for 6 months. And so the Winter Park location went really well. And then we decided to buy the rights for Florida. So now I'm the Bodystreet representative here in Florida as well. And I try to find franchise partners to open more locations because that helps us to scale a little bit and to open more Bodystreet studios here in Florida. And right now we already have 3 locations. We have Winter Park, we have Winter Garden, and we have 1 location in Jupiter. I can tell you Jupiter, he is
killing it.
Yes. Winter Garden, slow and stable, but good. That's I would say the same growth that we do in Winter Park. But yeah, we are looking for franchise partners.
Right.
And for everybody who maybe is like doesn't want to work at corporate the whole life. I mean, everybody is dreaming about opening your own business, right? But opening a gym is really expensive. And Bodystreet, I mean, the setup is like, I would say, residential setup. So it's an overseeable investment. And I would say everybody who's passionate about fitness and thinking about opening an own gym or gym-like location should talk to us.
Yeah, I think that's wonderful. And that's the thing is that you are at ground zero. You are at the place where it gets to start. So you get to watch it grow. And you are the center of that growth. Yeah. And that's such an amazing place to be. That's the sort of thing that gives me goosebumps when I talk about when we, when we sat down and talked about the vision of Bodystreet. So in Germany, when Bodystreet, obviously somebody came up with a concept, and do you know? I'm not even sure if you would know from like the time what made it decide to just take off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when was that turning point when people were like, "Oh yeah, we know what Bodystreet is"?
Yeah. It took a while.
Did it?
Because they also opened the first EMS studio in Germany, and what they learned that people are like people were interested in the 20-minute workout, and as soon as they heard there's electricity or electric impulses, everybody was like, "Oh no,
Got
that's
nervous.
not happening. Thank
Right.
you," because there was not a track record back then.
Uh-huh.
And I think after 6 months or so, a newspaper picked that up and said there's this workout. So then people in Munich came to that location who wanted to try that workout.
Mm-hmm.
And it really picked up. Emma-Lena just shared that a couple of months ago, the owner,
Mm-hmm.
and she said after location 3, it really picked up.
Okay.
So that's why I'm like, we are at location 3 now. So I'm ready to go.
Let's
I'm
go.
ready to go. But the
Game
cool
on.
thing now also is with your help, Angela, and your show. If I talked to people 4 years ago, have you heard about electrical muscle stimulation? Nobody had heard anything about that.
Right.
Everyone was like, oh, I don't know. Explain that to me. Like now, more and more people are like, oh yeah, I heard about that
Yes.
place. I
No,
heard
actually,
about
that happens a lot because when we do the show and I do that read, we always will end up having a bit of a conversation about that.
Yeah.
And more people now are saying, I've done that. I've tried that. I know Steffen. So it's growing.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about
And
it.
also outside of Bodystreet. So EMS itself is new to the United States, and there's some high-profile personal trainers that go to people's homes, but that's more for the celebrities. Like I saw the Kardashians do it in some Real Housewives shows. They do it. But they charge $250, $300 per session.
Oh, wow.
And that's what I love about Bodystreet. We make this technology, this really cutting edge technology with a personal trainer, we make this accessible.
It's affordable without a
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we are the same alley price wise, like every Orange Theory F45 membership. So,
Right.
yeah.
So, so how does the membership process work? So it's one time a week. I mean, do you sell it in packages? Can people just do like 1 month at a time? How does that work?
We do. So we have 3 different commitments because we want people really to come once a week. That's why we work membership based. Because if you want to see results, you have to come in once a week.
Okay.
And if you are not able to come in a week, then we can roll it over and squeeze in 2 workouts the week before or after.
Are you able to do 2 workouts?
We just
want to
make sure that we have 3 to 4 days between the 2 workouts.
Oh, okay,
because
that's
muscles
good.
need time to recover.
But just not back to back.
But we can do that, yes. And so we have 3 different commitments. The minimum commitment is 2 months. That's the time that you need to see results. If you see, oh, there's a little triceps coming out.
Yeah,
That's
I know. I say to Tom, I'm like, look, I got a muscle right
I'm
there.
toning up. So that's the time we want to give us and the members that time to have that for 8 weeks and see the results. Then we have a 6-month commitment and a 12-month commitment. The 12-month commitment, most members are on that because for most of our members, this is their lifestyle.
Right.
They come in every week, they see the results, they feel happy. So, and that's obviously the most affordable.
But I find you guys are extremely flexible. And you send me a text and you remind me. And that's been amazing.
That's the benefits of a personal trainer, right?
Yeah.
So, because skipping the gym is easy if nobody's there. If you don't have a gym buddy or a personal trainer waiting for you, it's easy to skip the gym.
Right, because you're not being held accountable.
It's not as easy if you know there is somebody waiting for you. And this person will text you or call you, hey, are you on your way? Do you want to reschedule?
Well, it's the day before. It's just a reminder, Angela, that, you've got this. And I love that.
Yeah.
And any time that I've had something come up for work, very flexible on allowing me to switch the times.
Yeah.
So that's extremely beneficial.
Yeah, we have an app for that as well. So
Ooh, okay.
you can I mean, you have your recurring appointment,
Right.
but if you want to download the app, you can download the app. You can cancel that appointment, look for another one.
Really? I did not know that
Yep.
about the app. So I'm going to
all
have
right.
to do that. We're going to talk more about that. So, all right, we're heading to break. And when we get back, we're going to talk more with Steffen with Bodystreet. Welcome back. And this portion of the show is brought to you by Ground Up Property Services. Do you know what your sprinkler system did last night? Probably not. So now is a good time to get your irrigation system serviced by Ground Up Property Services. And be sure to ask Rick Hall with Ground Up about a water sensor too, so that your water or your lawn doesn't get too much water, because it's been raining a lot lately. And like I said, you don't want to get all that rain and then water on top of that. So give Rick a call at 407-468-4295 or visit groundupinc.net. But having a great time with Steffen Brandt with Bodystreet in Winter Park. And he did mention something to me before we went to break about an app. So that's a really cool asset to have. So you just download it through like Google Play Store or whatever.
Yeah, do not download the Bodystreet app because that just works in Germany. We have another studio software here. We work with Zen Planner, but you can easily schedule your appointments through the app.
Okay. All right. Very cool. Yeah. I mean, I was resistant to doing that sort of thing because I'm like, I don't want anyone. Now I'm like, do you have an app? Because if you have an app, I like that because I can work everything through that. So coming up, you're going to be at the Winter Park Autumn Art Festival, which is exciting. So you do a lot of outdoor events like that, right?
Yes.
Okay. How do you set that up? Because that's got to be super fun. I'm excited because I'm going to come work with you.
Yeah. So I use every opportunity that I can get to talk to people, to explain, because we still need to do a lot of education here.
Yeah.
And so we have a booth, a Bodystreet booth, which is pretty cool. And we have a table, we have a display where we have a loop where we see where you can see the actual studio, and we can kind of like guide people through. This is how the workout looks like. This is how the shoot looks like. And we love to set people up for free trials.
Yeah, and I think that that's probably such a good way of doing it because what I've come to find out is explaining to people how it works because I know that and this is probably a cultural thing too. If it sounds too good to be true, sometimes it is. So when you're saying 20 minutes, we're like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You know, that ain't true.
Yeah, we heard that. People think it's either a scam or it's incredibly expensive, which both isn't true. So
exactly.
That's why we want to get people in.
Yeah. And so, like you said, the fact that you offer that free trial is amazing. And so I think that doing the outdoor event, and it's right in your backyard, like I said, in Winter Park like that. But it's interesting to me that people will, and I'm not surprised, but I love hearing that people drive. They'll make a little bit of a drive to that. Are there any other locations, like areas that you are favoring, looking for like another opening?
We look for locations in the Orlando area right now because now we spread the word here, so now more people know it here. So that's why we want to open more locations in the greater Orlando area.
Okay.
Lake Mary is very interesting.
I think Lake Mary would be a great area.
Yes. So we look at Lake Mary. One of our trainers actually is trying to set up a franchise for himself, which I really love. Dino, you know Dino. So
Was it Ellie?
Dino.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Really? That's awesome.
Yeah. So we're working with him, and we look for franchise partners and for locations as well. And I think tomorrow I have a meeting with somebody who reached out to me. He's a real estate developer, and he said we want new concepts at our new development.
Okay.
Near to UCF. So let's see how that goes. So,
that's amazing. I know there's one opening up, or there's a new development going up in Apopka right now. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna totally draw a blank. Wild Oaks.
Yeah, and we will have a lot of locations in Orlando. And the city where I come from, Munich, it has 1.4 million people that live there, and it has 50 Bodystreet studios.
And they all like they don't like stomp on each other's toes because there's a way for them to all make it.
That's the franchise. That's the power of the franchise, that the franchisor makes sure that you have your designated area and no other Bodystreet comes
and
there.
I love the idea of the support. So as a franchise, like for when somebody meets with you, what sort of process do you go through? And they're like, I want to do this. So what does that look like?
Yeah. So we have an interview with this person. We meet the person. The person does the workout because you better like the workout. And it's so
that'd be the first thing.
We talk. I mean, you know me. I'm not a big organization, right? And that's what I like about Bodystreet. It's not the McDonald's or the Chick-fil-A. It's not a huge overlay of headquarters, whatever. Then we look at locations. We have somebody who does the financial stuff, the financial background check, and we also have somebody who helps us to negotiate with landlords because that's really tough with new concepts.
That's why it's so nice that you're there.
Yeah,
because you can walk them through the process.
And then we look for the location. Then we save the location. Then we start when we save the location. Then we start the training. And then we have a countdown plan, and we do the build out at the same time. The franchisee gets trained by us or by me.
Do they ever have to go to Germany?
No, they can do, but they don't have to. So
Okay.
I'm certified. I can give them all the knowledge that they need to open a Bodystreet studio, and we also train the team. And then we have support as well. So I'm visiting the studios here and there. We have a call every other week.
Right.
So we support each other as franchisees, as we are all new in the US market. We have to learn and to adapt also. But there's a huge support system in Munich as well.
That's amazing.
Our trainer, our studio manager Elliot, he just was in Germany and visited Bodystreet headquarters and Bodystreet studios. So that was really cool.
That's another thing too. I wanted to compliment you on your staff because I really love them all. And when I come in, they know me by my first name. They know my family member. You know, you've done an amazing job finding great people.
Thank you. Yeah,
and I meant, like, I guess it's really got to do with the work environment, right? Good places keep good people.
I can tell you that's what I learned at McDonald's when I worked there back in Germany, and at Apple, just to create a good working environment and work with values.
Yeah. And then as far as like the open hours, do you guys is it just normal business hours? I know you mentioned weekend. So like how flexible is the time?
We are pretty flexible. So in general, we say from 7 till 7.
7 in the morning till 7. Okay,
yes.
That's good.
And we are open on Saturday now from 9 till 3. We might expand that if clients want that, if the demand is there. We are closed on Sunday, but it's not a Chick-fil-A closing. So if we need it, if the demand needs it, we also be willing to open on Sunday.
Really?
Yes.
That's
and we
really nice.
One of our members, she's a really early morning person. And we opened the 6:30 slot for Wednesday. So, and she's looking for a training partner at 6:30 on Wednesday in Winter Park.
I'm 9:30. She can be my workout partner at 9:30.
Yeah, but I wanted to say we are pretty flexible. With that, so.
That's amazing because that's not very common. And the growth. So the growth on Bodystreet, like how I want to help you like blow it up, and so like every slot is taken and that it is successful as I know that it can be. So I said, I think. I'm very, very glad we had the opportunity to meet, and I'm excited to keep going to where Bodystreet is just a regular name that people know, and they know what it is, and they know that it's got so many benefits. Yeah. So that's all very exciting. So I'm just trying to think. So we're pretty much coming towards the end of the show. What are some of the things that you would like to tell people? Let's tell everybody about the address. How to find you, and let's try to get some people to give it a try, like the free trial. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, just heard the music. So, easiest thing: Google us. Google Bodystreet Winter Park or Bodystreet Winter Garden, Bodystreet Jupiter. You will find us there. Our phone number in Winter Park is 407-346-5311. Okay. And you can find us on Instagram and on Facebook.
Steffen, thank you so much for being here, and we're excited to have you here again. And if you guys get an opportunity, call Steffen, get in touch with them so that you can book your free session, and then come out to the Winter Park Autumn Sidewalk Art Festival.
Yes.
It's October. Tell me the dates. I'll have to think of it. I'll post it. I know. And come see us there because we'll be there.
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect. Looking forward to see you all.
So this is our ending number 2. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Angela.